Hey everybody, time to refocus, recenter, recalibrate, whatever you got to do to get back on track. Welcome to my channel, Tales from the Treadmill. My name is Toby. Here we talk about my past addiction issues, my road to recovery, and now the light that I've found in sobriety. Please click the like and subscribe button and hang out with us here on this road to recovery. And I just want to get into what I said in the beginning. You know, everybody messes up. We all do it. It's a human nature, you know, I mean, everybody makes mistakes. You know, nobody's perfect. That's just how this is, this life that we're living. We learn. We live and we learn, right? So, fortunately for me, I learned that I had enough when it comes to alcohol, which again was and is the hardest drug that I ever had to quit. And yes, alcohol is a drug. It's just widely accepted and has been through the years. We can get into why that is, but I'm not going to do that right now. But yes, alcohol is a drug. It's a substance. You put it in your body, it alters the way that you think, the way that you act, your motor skills, everything about you. Some people get a positive experience from that. Others go down a path that leaves them beaten and downtrodden, and they don't want to be doing that anymore. And that's why I'm here today, because that's what alcohol did to me. It was, like I said, the hardest thing that I ever had to quit out of anything I ever did while I was partying in my rock and roll days. I mean, believe me, I'm still rock and roll. It's still here. That hasn't gone away, but I stopped the whole partying aspect of that. Thankfully, I thank God every day for that. So, but what I wanted to talk about was, you know, making mistakes and not beating yourself up over it. You know, people, we do that too much. We, you know, especially I remember back drinking, I would, you know, especially the 7 years that I was trying to quit. You know, I'd quit for 8 or 9 months and then I would, you know, mess up. And then I'd drink for months, you know, and I would just beat myself up every day. Like, why can you not stop this? What is wrong with you? And I questioned myself. And finally, after 7 years, I ended it. But it took a long time of that negative self-talk. I had to stop the negative self-talk first, you know. So what I wanted to get to today was I still mess up just like anybody else. We all do. Over the weekend, I ate donuts. I call them do-nots. And that's for a reason, because I feel terrible after eating them. They make me feel awful. I never like the way I feel. They taste delicious, you know, when you're eating them, but literally within an hour, I just have a stomach ache and I'm feeling so awful. It's a terrible food choice. That's why I call them do-nots. So, but what I did yesterday was I just acknowledged it and said, okay, man, you messed up. Get back on track tomorrow, and that's what I'm doing here today. I just walked down to the lake with Kingsley. We had a good 30-minute quick walk, fast walk, and then I decided to make a video just on this whole subject because, you know, one thing that I'm trying to do in my recovery is be better to myself, you know, understand that I make mistakes just like anybody does, and acknowledge them and don't dwell on them, because it's the past. It's over. Today's a new day. I'm back on this treadmill today. You know, last week I was able to do the treadmill 3 times, and I didn't beat myself up over the fact that I didn't do it 5 times. You know, I made 2 videos last week. That's 2 more videos than I made the week before. And that's the way that I'm looking at everything these days, is be better than yesterday. And if you mess up yesterday, be better today. And just do better today. That's all it is. You know, we're a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, and I'm constantly trying to outdo the person that I was yesterday. That's the person that I'm competing with, no one else. You know, and listen, guys, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about this because I know everybody does this. You know, I will say, April and I went out to this incredible dinner with some friends Friday night at this really posh place downtown Dallas called the Monarch. And there was probably 20 to 30 people in this dinner party. It was for a good friend's birthday. And I was able to go out and hang out with people, and everyone was drinking, and it's no big deal. I don't have any kind of issues with people drinking. It's their journey. You know, my journey is that I stopped, and I'm happy. I'm super happy about it. But I had a great time hanging out and having dinner and celebrating a friend's birthday. And I drank water and drank a Diet Coke and had a great dinner, and then came home, and the next day I felt fantastic. You know, that was Saturday. Sunday morning, I had donuts. I messed up. But I got back on track. You know, the thing is, I'm not going this morning to get donuts. I'm not going to get donuts every day this week. You know, that would make me feel terrible. And That's what alcohol does, because you have to. I was having a conversation with a friend, a new friend, on Friday. I was actually talking too much. I should have been listening more. That's another thing that I'm working on, is being a better listener. But I was having a conversation with a friend who is having some issues like this, with drinking and alcohol and trying to quit. And so we were just talking, and I was giving whatever insights I thought I could possibly give to, pointers and stuff like that. And we were talking about, what were we talking about? We were talking about how difficult it is to go out and be around everyone, and and then trying to, with alcohol, having to find kind of new friends, or find other friends who are also sober, so that you can have that kind of time with people as well, just regular sober time, because it's such a common thing to go out and party and hang out and drink and everything like that, and it becomes a habit. But the biggest thing we were talking about was that whole drinking to excess, and then the next day with that awful hangover. And so what do? You start drinking again, because you want to get rid of that feeling, that hangover. And so that was the pattern. That's the pattern that I did for all those years. And that's a pattern that a lot of people do, is because you don't realize that you're stuck in this rut. You're stuck in this revolving door, and it never ends. And you're never going to feel better until you actually alleviate it from your life. Now, again, I'm not saying everybody needs to do this, but if you're having issues with it and you want to quit, it's the same thing as those donuts yesterday, man. What would it be like if I ate donuts every single morning? I mean, first of all, within 6 months, I'd probably be 300 pounds, which I don't need that. That's why we're on this treadmill. But that's the thing, is that eating donuts again, it's going to taste good, and there's going to be a moment of satisfaction from those donuts, and that are that taste incredible, and it's such a momentary thing. And then later, you just feel like crap, and you don't want to. And then the next morning, donuts. It's a bad habit, and it's got to break. And I guess that's the whole thing, is like, you got to get far enough away from it to stop the pattern. It's all about patterns. It's all about emotions. It's all about how you feel about yourself. And again, it comes back to how you talk to yourself. One thing that we talked about on that phone call Friday was, and I said, it's just a video that I saw in the last few years. It was a guy talking about how, if your best friend walked up to you and said, man, I've been trying to get sober. I was sober for 6 months, and last night I drank, and I can't believe it. I feel so terrible. And would you say to your best friend, you fucking idiot, what is fucking wrong with you? You're such a moron. Why would you do that? What is wrong with you? Why can't you get your shit together? Would you do that to your best friend? No, you wouldn't. You would tell your best friend, you know what? Man, it's okay. You messed up. Let it go, dude. You're going to be fine. Today's a new day. Start over again. It's not a big deal. Don't beat yourself up over it. Well, what the guy was saying was, you need to talk to yourself like you're your best friend, because that's how you need to be treating yourself. Alleviate the negative self-talk. It still creeps in on me. Life is not always going to be positive, but what I found is that when I start having some negative thought or feeling, it might be because I'm in traffic and some idiot cuts me off, or somebody's honking their horn because I'm not making a left turn in front of traffic, or whatever it is, and I might have that momentary anger feeling come up, I immediately turn it into gratitude. It's what works for me. I immediately talk about what I'm grateful for, and it's amazing how it changes my perspective immediately. I think about my family. I think about my wife, April, and my daughter, Brianna. I think about our dogs. I think about music, golf, tennis. I think about good things, and immediately my frame of mind changes to those good things. So that's, I guess, what I wanted to make a video on today, guys, is just, recalibrate, refocus, get your shit together for today, because yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. I know that's cheesy, but I was in some Kung Fu Panda movie, and I thought it was funny because that's kind of what Yesterday's Gone was too, as far as the song that Jai did. Anyhow, all right, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I hope that this gave you some good information today, maybe a good tip on how to treat yourself better and treat everyone with kindness as well. And I will see you on the next video. You guys have a great Monday. Bye.